Hey, what's up? It's DJ. Here are your new and updated mods. In total, 79 mods were released. All platforms got 42 new and 31 updates, and PC and Mac players got 6 new. Today's mods were not only released much later than usual, but also the servers are acting a fool. So it took me just over 3 hours to download all of the mods in total, add in the issues that we've got with patch 1.11, and it's been a pretty wild day. Hence why this video is coming out between 6 and 8 hours later than most mod videos. Also, I'm only going to be going over part of the new mods and none of the updates, as my build mode currently does not work with today's mods installed. It worked earlier when I was talking about the patch, but not now after downloading the mod, so we won't be able to show you any new placeable items. There's pretty cool stuff, although I will review them briefly in the mod hub. And how about those 31 updates? Well, those are all mods from Giant, stuff that would have been in the base game that they added separately in the past. Each mod received only a few small changes or fixes and nothing new, so if I were you, I would just update all the mods that need it from today and not worry about it, and that's exactly what I did earlier. Alright, you think that's enough of an intro for a mod video? As always, timestamps are linked down below, and if YouTube doesn't put them there for whatever reason, let me know. I'll make sure they get added again. Either way, they're in the description. Whew, it's a day. Let's start them off with new ones for all platforms. Got the AGCO Swather pack for BC Field Farms, AT Farms, and Green Acres Modding. This pack includes quite a few different things. We have the Swather itself. We have the Max Conditioner, so this will actually mow and then leave hay, which is very cool. Or you can just do grass. We've got a Swather. We've got the Swather as a mower, and then we have the transport set, as well as the swath roller for the back. Now, the swath roller really doesn't do anything, but it is a really nice roleplay feature. Pretty cool pack, all things considered. Now, there are different setups for engines here, and not every livery is available for every engine. We've got engine options from 110 all the way up to 190 horsepower. So you can see the case here, for example, is only available in the 110, whereas the Challenger is available in a 190 there, as well as the 165 for a little bit of a newer version. 165 for the Heston right there as well. 110 for this model of the Heston, 190 up for the Massey Ferguson line. This Massey's at 110, 165 for the new Idea, which is released for all platforms. It is, I think, is that a new brand for us? I know it's AGCO, but I'm not quite sure. We also have the AGCO Heston here at the 190, and then back to case. So if you wanted a case with 190 horsepower, doesn't exist. Now, all of them do have the same wheel brands though, so you could change up the wheels however you like, and that is pretty nice. We do have a GPS which can be added, but GPS works exactly the same as it does in the game, with or without, and then we can throw some additional lights, and you're going to find those around towards the top. That is a light bar, and funny enough, BC Field Farms' dad actually has that exact light bar on his Swather. So that is very cool. Now, if we take a look at some of this other stuff in here, we have just branding for this. Now, 15 horsepower is required for the mower conditioner, so maybe make sure, like the case, it does work. It works fine. But something like the Swather up here, whether that be the mower or the Swather version, well, it doesn't work the best. I've tried using the case, and on flat ground works great, but you add some hills to it and it becomes quite difficult. So just be careful, understand that. You could change up for decals, yes or no on the side, as well as all of those brands are available with all of these. And we have the Swather transport here as well. You pull up on it, and you actually connect it like it's a tractor, something like that. So you pull up your Swather onto this, the front wheels of it, and then it'll pull it kind of sideways, which is very nice. I've got a full mod preview on this, so you can definitely check that out if you want to. One thing to note, whenever you attach the Swather to this, or the windrow, make sure that you give it a second or so. Don't jump in immediately because it could cause some issues. It's not 100% of the time, but it could cause a problem here or there. And for some reason, our swath roller, there it is. I was about to say, swath roller is right here, and no customization options on that. Next on our list, the Landini X880 series and the Massey Ferguson 3X7 series. So we've got two of these. They are from the SMI modding team. Loving it, loving it, loving it. Although we have seen some Landini Massey Ferguson mods in the past. These have 87 horsepower all the way up to 100 horsepower, both of them together. So really, you're going to get the same thing out of both models. Configurations in here, you can throw on some front weights, which are going to be a little bit of a different color, and you cannot change them afterwards. Engines, of course, we talked about those. We got the pumped 8880 pumped. Nice. Wheel brands from Trelleborg, Continental, Bridgestone, Michelin, Midas, and then is it. Very good stuff through there. I'm only seeing a standard and wide option for most of these, and then a narrow set for a couple of them as well. Designs, we have exhaust engines and open exhaust engines. Exhaust designs, we got the silver line at the front or all blue, and then you can set up your beacons. We're going to see a very similar thing through the Massey Ferguson as well. I think the big thing that stands out to me the most is just how detailed the model itself is. We've got those really cool front wheels, and we've got some really custom back ones as well. They've done a great job with this. I don't know what I've done, but it appears to be invisible hailing? I don't know what weather this is. It is currently August and 80 degrees outside. I've done nothing. What in the world is going on? How's about we get into the Lizard mini bike on here? This was pretty cool. 23 horsepower, 31 mile an hour max speed. Not a whole lot of craziness going on, but we do have a couple different wheel options to choose from as far as those tires go. You could change up and add mini to the rear. That's kind of funny. We do have an attacher as well. I'm not sure what you're going to be hauling, but you can. And then we got colors for all of the stuff. Now we are going to have to lease ourselves one of these and hope that this invisible hail doesn't hit us in the forehead. Or at least Looney just said that in the Discord. Nice. Yes, cool. Reckon. Handles well. It's a little understeery, if anything. Yeah, not bad, not bad. I do have the wheelie mod installed. Let's see here. Nope, that didn't do it. Do we gun it like this? Nope, that didn't work. Maybe I uninstalled the wheelie mod. I believe I have uninstalled the wheelie mod. Well, maybe next time. Next on our list, we have the MAN TGX Hooklift from the Weekend Farmers. This is another mod. The second mod today that we've already got a preview out on. So check that one out if you haven't seen it already. You just go into this channel and search MAN or IT Runner and you will find it. We do have a couple different sets for the fire truck, civil protection, and municipal service. But if you just want a little bit of everything, just go with the standard set here. Engines up to 680. A couple different wheel options to choose from. It's going to change up the ones in the rear. So don't be looking at the front. We also have the headlight grille, bull bar, window decals, roof bar. You can change up a few things through there. Air horns, which could be added. Illuminated logo, the MAN logo at the very front. Reflective stripes, always nice. Throw down the side. Beacon lights, you could go orange. And then you've got orange number 2. But if you go with the police version, you will get the blue ones, I think with the municipal as well. And then color options for all of the stuff, including the hook, which, yes, you can change. Now, this also comes with some attachments. We have the HT50. This is a 48,000 liter forage trailer, so only forage crops. I got a bunch of forage mods installed currently right now. So there is that. Then you also have a half pipe. This is just a regular tipper trailer, 18,000 liters for that. And then we have a small little setup right here. The platform. Actually, this is the mediums. The largest size platform that we're going to have, because the next mod we're going to talk about is more IT runner stuff, which is very cool. But this holds 9,000 liters and you can change it up between a few different things, which I'm a big fan of. And in order to get those, you're going to go for the IT Runner 2623 HD pack. This is also from Weekend Farmers. Oh yeah. So in here we have the trailer itself, and this can be set up with the different sets, so the fire department, civil, and municipal, which is very nice. Couple different wheel brands to choose from. You get the attacher type as well, which can be changed. If you're going to be putting it on the back of the truck, the regular high hitch will serve you fine. However, you can go with the low hitch, and that will actually work great for tractors. So a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And yeah, you can pull this behind the other IT runner and do 2 IT runners. Oh yeah. Now this comes with a few things here. So we have the milk tank, so we can change that up. 8,000 liters, and that is going to be all 3 of your primary milks and water. Goat milk is in there. Oh yeah. We have another platform. So this one can be changed up if you go with any of the special editions. It holds 6,000 liters. However, you can go with a standard Bell's auto load. Oh yeah, you've also got different setups for wood configuration and different bell configurations as well. So all that stuff plus colors. Then we've got a liquids tank. So you got fuel trailer, water trailer, and liquid fertilizer trailer. You can also run herbicide trailer. it is funny how you do liquid fertilizer or herbicide, but at different tanks, and then liquid food, so all of your, edible things. Tire Track Edition, love seeing that as a throwback if I've ever seen one. 8,500 liters there. We got a half pipe, a little bit of a smaller one, 12,200 on that. Then we have the roll-off container. This one's cool because you can actually open it up and put things in there, but it does hold 30,000 liters by itself. And lastly, we have the grain container, which you can't put things in, and 25,000 liter capacity for that. Actually, I did a test to see what I could fit in here, and you could fit some pretty large equipment inside this thing. Moving it on, the New Holland 980 CR Series corn heads. This is from Jolly Farms Mudding. We have 4 different ones. We've got a 5.3, 6 meter, 9, and 12.5. All of them are going to have configurations for end-row augers, and you're also going to have setups for the protective screen on the top. Otherwise, you just choose the one you need. Next, let's talk about my favorite baler of all time. This is the baler that saved my hind end back in Farm Sim 17. The Krone Big Pack 120/80. Man, 115 horsepower, 10 mile per hour max speed, $12,000. That is it. It's ARM team. There's your pickup right there. I don't know how wide that is, but it's actually extended out to where the wheels are. At least it has been in previous, and we actually have a John Deere version that's pretty much like this, just different logos on it. Well, that one is getting an extended pickup as well. Love this thing. We could choose a couple different tire options, and then you've got the 4 or 2 wheels, which could be done. That's pretty nice, like that. And then you've got the square bell twine, which is in there, and then we have a couple different color options as well, depending on which one you want to kind of go for. That's so cool. I love this baler. I'm so glad it's back. All right, next up, the Pöttinger Impress 200 VC Pro Multi-Baler. Now, this one's pretty cool because it is a baler that is run behind a forage wagon. So that's pretty sweet. You can actually hook it up behind the one that you're running, use a multi-adapter. You can also use other adapters as well. This one seems to be a little bit lower poly than we're used to seeing these days, but you can change up between cloths. You've got Lizard on there if you got just generic Krone, Fendt, John Deere, and then you can change up the colors to whatever you want, including the all-inclusive toothpaste tractor, of course. And then we've got the machine itself. So what it does is your forage harvester will shoot the chaff into the back or the grass or whatever you're picking up, and then it will make some bales. 125 or 1 centimeter bales can be wrapped, but this will actually make up to 180 centimeter round bales. So if you're doing chaff, for example, but you don't want to make them, I guess, silage for some reason, you could run 180s. Maybe not. Maybe don't do that. It seems silly. It also has a capacity of 20,014 rolls. I believe that's going to be 20,014 liters for the front. Although, now that I'm looking at it, that does seem a little bit high. I'm not quite sure rolls is, but, it is what it is. Wheel brands can be chosen. We also have the bell wrap, which could be changed in the colors, but whatever you do, make sure you go with Ronnie wrap, and then you've got the film binding, standard netting, etc. There's even a beacon light option, which could be thrown on there. They have the beacon light as a brand, which I've never seen before, but hey, you could do that. Oh, well, that's why it would be like that, because one of them is a Hella brand. Neat. Oh, that's very cool. And then you can actually change this up to any color you want, and by the time you're all said and done, that doesn't look pretty. Well, YouTubers never can make anything that looks good, can we? All right, moving on. Here's a very meme-worthy Tedder, the Pöttinger HIT 690N. Nice 6.9 meter working with 45 horsepower, 9 mile per hour max speed. We've got wheel setups, warning signs for the front and back set. And then we also have a boundary spreading system, which can either be done hydraulically or mechanically. Very neat. And then we could change up little plastic bits on the top. Good to see some more LR modding mods dropping. This is the John Deere DN345 spreader. Man, rip that spreader that came with the base game today in content update number 3. Everybody's going to be using this one now. It is a new leader. Of course, it is the DN345. There we go. Holds 20,500 liters, 6.5 tons, 18 mile per hour max speed. And one of the greatest things, it does solid fertilizer and lime. I don't know what else you want from it. It is great. Also, it does say capacity on the website of 17,500, whereas this one says 20,500. So, I guess we could find out what it holds, huh? Hook them up. There we go. And fill vehicle with lime. 20,500. Yeah. Not sure what's up, but rocks at 20,000. Man, not 18, 19 mile per hour max speed. Check that out. Yeah, that's the one I want to go for right there. Awesome machine. Awesome machine. Also, it's not clear hailing anymore. I went into my photo mode and came back out, and I'm fine now. Moving on. Lizard Underbelly trailer from Mantrid. This is based off of one of the base game trailers we had in, what was it, Farming Simulator 22? Maybe even all the way back to 19 at this point. Nonetheless, you've got a dual setup inside, so the dual drop system, or a single, which I'm a huge fan of. I hate running duals. That is going to be a 50,000 liter capacity for the single set, which is very nice. You can also do a dual extra capacity, which is 80,000 liters, or single at 120,000 liters. Welcome to my new trailer that I'm going to use now. Yeah. Wheel options, you do have the Continental, the Michelins, the Wittestans, the BKTs, the Midas, and a Zonokian, which is very nice. Did I say Trelleborg and Lizard? Those are in there too. It's actually got a really interesting set on the back, which will make it turns. You'll be able to take turns a little bit easier, and you can see here twin wheels or twin wheels no steering. So whenever you steer, they will turn, allowing you to turn sharper, which is very nice. Cover decal, we could change this up, change a couple different Lizard sets, or you could just take it away altogether. Side decals, same thing through here. And then we have the license plate preference, yes. Larger or smaller, not quite sure. Either way, that's going to be for an American set, so it really doesn't matter. Trailer hitch could be added, and I'll show you why here momentarily. You've also got beacon light options and then colors for all of the stuff. Now, generally, this would only hold auger wagon crops, but because it is modded, it holds all the stuff, even grass, so you can use it with whatever you want. Now, if you're going to get that, you should probably get one of these as well. Lizard Bogeyman Dolly, also from Mantrid. This has all the same stuff, but it does match up with everything. So we've got similar options for all of our wheels, which is very cool. We've got an arm extension if you wanted that to be even longer. That's very cool. Fenders, which could be done on there. Fifth wheel locking. So you've got either a hard lock, so whenever you slide in, it automatically locks in straight. And then you could do locking disabled, which will just do its thing. Gentle locking, partial locking. It's very cool. You can lock it up. It makes things really nice, and it just kind of goes choop, choop, choop. If you're using a tractor, you're going to want that. The clear harrow is back. Great. Next, we move on to the Randon Short Bulk Road Train. We have quite a few things in here. It's from Farm Citrus Soul. Very cool to see them releasing some stuff. So capacity options, 35 and 45,000 liters respectively. You've also got a bell trailer set up right there. And then you can actually go all the way down to 17,000. Look at that slim profile. Looks so cool. I love that. It's awesome. We have different tires and rims as well as wheel bolts. Cover designs too. You could change those up. Although... nothing is changing, I guess. I don't know. Cover design. It's covered up something, I'll tell you that much. Mud flaps, additional rear lights, mud flap design, wheel accessories, and suspension height. This being a South American trailer, well, you're going to want that extra bit. And then you can also run with a trailer hitch on the back. And there's a bunch more stuff in here as well, including colors. Now, we've also got the same thing here for this bulk train setup. So that is very nice. I am really interested to see if this has the hitch on here, trailer hitch. Yep, there it is. So right at the front and the back, you buy a bunch of those, hook them together. We have a dolly version of this as well, so that is cool. And if you just want to buy the road train as it is, well, you could do that too, and it'll change up everything. Not the only Randon trailer today, and not the only Randon trailer from Farm Citrus Soul. This next was the Randon Bulk Semi-Trailer. Now we're going to see some pretty similar stuff through here, if I'm honest. So big capacities, different wheel brands, which are going to be in basically where the wheels are, which is kind of neat. It's pretty sweet. See, it's stuff we don't normally see very often. If you like using stuff that's just not quite the norm, at least where you are, well, this would be great. And if this is the norm where you are, you're probably even happier because you haven't had anything like that in a while. Wheel design as well, cover designs. Can we see anything with the cover design here? Negative. What in the world is it changing? I have no idea. Mud flaps, additional rear lights, suspension height. Yep, you could crank that up as well. What is that? 20 different height adjustments. Oh my goodness, that is wild. and plenty more, including a trailer hitch, so you can throw the dolly on this as well. Nice tipper trailer for you, the Thievin Cortal 240/85 on here, 29,600 liter capacity. We could go with the green bodywork, rigging that up to 35, making it up to 35,500 or 47,400. So you've got those if you want them. Different wheel brands, side markers, which could be set up. And then we have design color, aka colors for the whole trailer. Next up, the Lizard Dig 75. Now this bad boy is a slurry spreader for your vineyards. How cool is that? 8,500 liters. And I believe we've seen this before. I think we have, yes. Actually, a little while ago, this mod was released for PC players as the Lee CUMDIG, the one that I said I would not say out loud. You can change up a few different things through here. It's got a spread of, it doesn't say. I have no idea what the working with on this is, but it's got an 8.2 thousand liter capacity, weighs 1.9 tons, 6 mile per hour, 75 horsepower is required. Slurry and digestate. Next one is pretty straightforward. The Lizard 12. We've got a couple different extensions from 12 up to 15.2 and 20,000. You also have a 2.5 ton weight nothing trailer. So it holds absolutely nothing. You can change up the rims, but that is it. Next up, the Eurojabelmann MG 3000. This was released a few days ago on PC, but quickly removed. And we're like, what happened? Well, one of the modders contacted me and said, hey, it's supposed to be for all platforms. They released it just for PC and Mac. So we had it removed, and it's removed, but it is back. They also said that this is on their farm, which is very, very cool. So this is a plow, and it works as a plow in the game as well. 3 meters, 150 horsepower is required on it. 6 mile per hour max speed. You got warning sign configurations, and then a setup for the upper link balls. You can either do top or the bottom set. But it's really cool. It was really nice to see this on their farm. The working speed is legitimate. I had a conversation about them, or with them about that. It's just really neat to see stuff in real life and then in the game. Very cool. Next up, we got the Forestry Service trailer from Carl TG. Now, this is a mod that we've already shown off. So if you guys haven't seen that already, definitely go check out the mod preview of that. I think this is mod number 4 today, 3 or 4, something like that. It's at least the 4th, I can say that much. So with this, we have a 4,850 liter capacity for fuel. You can either set it up to be attachable for a car or to a tractor. Basically, it's got the car hitch or it's got a pin hitch. Brands, we've got a bunch of different ones. I think these are around towards the back. Yeah, there we go. So you can choose kind of which ones you like through there. I dig that they've got different ones. Position lights all the way around. Working interior lights, we've got those. Strobe lights and color options. Now there's also a PC version of this as well, and it's got some pretty special features on this. So if you're curious how to use those features, definitely go check out the mod preview. Next up, disc hero. This is the Lizard Bolt 24. We've got a 20 disc or a 28 disc and a 24 in between. Working widths of 1.8 meters respectively, seemingly. However, they are 2.1 or 2.45 as well. However, it's not changing in the game for some reason. And you got a couple different colors to choose from there too. Next to last new one for all platforms today, we have the Motorcycle Transport Platform. None of that was right. It's the motorcycle platform. Yep, motorcycle transport platform specifically. You take this, hook it up via 3-point, and it's got some straps on there, so you put your motorcycle on the back of your tractor and pull it away. It's very neat. All right, and our last mod that we're going to take a look at for all platforms, still got a map, don't worry. It's the Lizard L3000 flashlight right here, smack dab in the middle. I already have one, so I don't need to buy another one, but we have it right here, and I will say, you can definitely see the fake hail coming down. As a matter of fact, let me go to my, there we go. It's just so weird how it's just gone. I'm not quite sure if showing it off in the middle of the day is a good idea, but we're also not going to have to worry about showing this at night because as soon as this is done, we're out of here. So let's just go to sleep throughout the night. Nice and peaceful. Kind of wish the game was not broken today, as it normally is after updates, but let's see just how bright this is. I feel like it's still not as dark outside as it could be. Let's see. Let's go to 11. It's pretty bright. Maybe 11:30? Yeah, it's definitely dark. All right. So here is the base game flashlight. I think that's pretty bright. It's also a very long throw. Now let's go over to this one. I think that's brighter. Yeah. I think that's not only brighter, but it's also got a further throw. I mean, look at that. That's, it's pretty good. We got the tractor in there as well as part of the store. And then this just does all of it. And the trees as well. So, brightest flashlight? I don't know. But it is a very bright flashlight. Not too shabby. But it also means you're going to have to carry on 2 flashlights. Actually, can you sell the base game flashlight? I don't know this for sure. Where's my hand tools at? Here we go. So you have to keep the base game flashlights. If you go with this, you have 2. But at least you have a good one. Hey, we got a new map for you as well. We got the New Horizon farm from Ian. Now, this does have a ton of required mods, but I will say I've gone and deleted them. So they are not present on my map. There's equipment as well, which I'm not a fan of having to download equipment just to show it off at the store in town. No, thank you. The map's got 75 fields on here. We've got a bunch of different stuff spread around. We've got kind of like a whooshy, scaly looking setup for those. That looks really interesting. I'm a big fan of the layout for the fields of this map, which is very, very cool. There's also a small quarry as well, so I believe that's going to be down bottom right or bottom left hand of the map. I think it's down here, which is where I was a little earlier. Yeah, there we go. So we've got a bunch of lime everywhere if you wanted to come and grab it. As a matter of fact, with that new fertilizer spreader we got today, this may be the perfect place to come, because you could just steal the lime from them. It's 1 scoop at a time. Oh, yeah. Very, very, very nice. Collectibles around, and they say that the roads, that's the outside of the map, the roads can be painted. Oh, yeah, and you can get this water as well, so if you need to feed your animals or anything like that, you are good to go. Now, let's take a look at what we get in new farmer mode. So, starting them off, you can see right here, smack dab in the middle, we get farmland number 1 and farmland number 74. As far as I can tell, I don't think we've got anything else. We've got our main farm area right about there. We are not able to buy the outside of the map, but we can buy small little portions around town, which is very, very cool. So I like that. As far as our crops, they have said that there is a second corn crop that was added. However, I'm not seeing it. So if you find it whenever you come in, please let me know. Here is your crop calendar. It's South American farm. So it is going to be showing in February at the start instead of in August, where you would normally see. As far as animals go, we have 1 chicken coop with 6 chickens. Here is your contracts, although the contract amount is going to be pretty high. Knock off about 30%, and those are what the numbers will be. We do have no owned productions, but we do have 4 on the map: cereal factory, dairy, sawmill, and spinnery, which is always nice to see. And in vehicles, this will be a little bit different for you guys at home. Oop, wrong one. There we go. This will be a little bit different for you guys at home because there are some required pieces of equipment because there's a dealership in town and they want you to have those mods. As I mentioned, we also have some really cool other mods, but unfortunately I can't show them because for some reason, I don't know. Anyway, we have the lift from ICUS. The central lift, also from ICUS. Large corn dryer. Mega hub production. Logistics center. Small barn, which is actually a cow barn. Sheep barn, which is indeed a sheep barn. Wooden sheep barn with pasture. Small pig barn. Pig fattening. Silo pack. Pole barn, a new mod from ICUS. German village fire department. Man, I wish I could get in there. That looks so cool. Shed, 10 by 5. Old wooden shed. Machine hall. 25 by 12. Loading platforms, barbed wire fence, and GDR streetlight round. As I mentioned, all updates today are for all platforms. It's going to start on page number 2 with the horse aggravation pack, because one mod has been removed. I think it's the chicken one because I can't find it, but I'm not quite sure. And then we've got other updates, including Silver Run Forest, McCormick Drive, the Doy's Far Series 6, etc., etc. There's a bunch of stuff in here that has been updated, and it is on multiple pages. Nothing's crazy, nothing has been added. It is just nice quality of life updates. This is a bunch of equipment that would have been in the base game anyway, but it was added as mods. Now we make our way over to new ones for PC and Mac players. We have a very cool, is this Linde Material Company? Maybe, the YH40. This is a telehandler. Oh man, very, very cool. We don't normally get modded telehandlers, especially off-brand, which is very nice. Cool to see kind of a PC-only type of thing making its way to Mod Hubs. Definitely the type of thing we would see on third-party sites all the time, but not Mod Hub. Very appreciative of that. Good job with that. A couple different designs. Of course, it is a Cinnebogan or Fendt. However, we have that Linde as well, which is very cool. And you can even change up a couple of the bits and bobs here. I like the rim edges. That just makes it look super cool. But we can change up a few other things. Very nice. Change up the beacon. Very cool. And rim colors. I like it to keep it black, but you can go with red if you want. Great job with this. Very cool mod. Next up, we have the Camara Trailer Pack. Now, this includes 4 trailers. We have the smaller VR9, as well as the 12, 16, and 20. But what does that mean with capacities? Well, from the high end, 28,800, 21,000, 15,000, and 12,000. Options are going to be pretty standard between all of these, standard and wide tires. And we have a safety frame, which could be added as well. Although I'm not quite sure where that's at. Around the wheel, or the lights there. A lot of the stuff, at least the PC stuff, I don't look at ahead of time, unlike the crossplay mods. Yeah, you've got that. Also, you got a ladder for this one as well. It's pretty sweet. Next one's the Camara Straw Transport Trailer. This is an auto-load trailer for bales, which is very nice, from 180 up to 249 centimeter, which is very, very cool. And I appreciate that they've actually added those modded bales. It's very cool. Couple extensions that we can add around towards the front. That's nice. Stickers, and then attacher type. We've got those around towards the very front, and then you've got colors and rims. Another tipper. This one is straightforward. The Quiles Q13. I don't know. 18,000 liter capacity for bulk crop. It is what it is. We've also got the service trailer, the Forestry service trailer here, Carl TG. Yes, there are 2 of them today. If you guys are on PC, if you're looking, you got both of them installed. Look for the one at the top that has DEF or standard. And if you choose the one that you need through there, well, you will be good to go. This one's got some pretty cool stuff, including glowing markers, which can be added on there, and a few other bits and bobs, including some extra customization. You will have to turn on the generator on this for everything to work, which is very cool. And you can even work on things. It's got a mobile workshop trigger inside as well. Again, I've got a full video showcasing all of that. Today's mod video is just to show you what came out. And lastly, today we have the Chicken Transport Trailer Pack. Now, this one is super interesting for a few different reasons. So let's just start off with the most interesting part. It's a chicken transport trailer. Yes, it is. We have 3 base game trailers which have been modified to hold chickens. Oh yes. So you can actually move chickens with these. Now, I think there's a couple of crossplay mods where you can move chickens anyway, but these actually have chicken crates, which is wild. But the wildest thing to me is that this is showing as a DLC and not as a mod. That I get the feeling that that's not gonna be up there for very long. So there's that. And there it is. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hate releasing mod videos like this super late in the day, but I also don't want to wait until tomorrow morning to release them either. That way you can see them right away as soon as you are able. I do appreciate you guys. If you've stayed and hung out with me all the way to the end, let me know. Otherwise, just have an awesome day. We'll catch you in the next one.